Okay. Wagwan. It's your humble host, Big Truck. So, right back at you. I'm currently live for the first time on Twitch. And it's looking good. Waiting for people to chime in. If you haven't already, go ahead and chime in. Put a number 1 in the chat so I know that you're here. Live on Twitch, live on YouTube. Conversation and reviews here at the King's Table. I'm your humble host, Big Truck. Shout out to my girl, Remnant Princess. Please go to her channel. Show the queen some love. She's doing amazing things. Hey, yo, she has some things to say. I have some things to say. And then the spirit of the universe going to take us home. So without further ado, please grab your shoulder pads and your helmet and let's get this work. Let's go.
Look at what it's like to be a single mom. And it's quite clear that it's not all sunshine and rays. And that's why they always have to make it seem empowering to be independent and do things by yourself. But at the end of the day, it does strain them physically, mentally, and emotionally. And we're going to be taking a look at all the aspects behind being a single mom.
Is your relationship with your daughter's dad and the sexual relationship there one that you would want to tell her about?
No.
Already off the rip, you can already tell she's angry and bitter. You can already tell that she's angry and bitter right off the rip. So, like I said, the things that men go through, but we're going to dive into this thing and we're going to unpack some things. Let's continue to feast.
Sure. This was the part that made me nervous about coming on. I think because that relationship was my last relationship and my biggest and my longest, and because of the nature of it, there's only so much I can say without it being complete salacious tea.
I'm gonna let her finish.
Right.
But yeah, I loved him, so I definitely would want her to know that.
Yes.
Yeah, that I love.
Okay, I'm done. So, what I always like to share on my show is you have to pay attention to body language and facial micros. Okay. And I can already tell that she was full of shit, that she was already triggered and bothered because she had to go into this whole thing of explaining why her child's father is not in her life or not around. And see, when we talk about Father's Day and Mother's Day, it's amazing how, it's funny how when it comes to Father's Day, fathers get disrespected and get all this pushback and get shitted on. Okay? And get told how they're deadbeat dads, they're not around, they're not this, they're not that. But when it comes to Mother's Day, it is so honored, it is so respected, it is, we got to go all out. But wait a minute, you have some bad mothers out there too. How come you don't talk about that? You got some deadbeat mothers out there as well. Okay, maybe it's just me. But see, one of the things, and I'm bringing it over to Twitch, we have to be able to look into things instead of looking at things and read between the lines. Because if you let a motherfucker talk, they're going to expose their hand. They're going to expose what's in their hand. All you have to do is pay attention. And I'm glad that men are paying attention. I'm glad that men are moving in the direction that brings them peace.
Loved him, and I would want her to know that don't ever love anyone more than you love yourself, and don't betray yourself for the love or acceptance or company, or don't betray yourself to keep someone in your life, or to, try to have them there. They're going to be who they're going to be, and you be who you're going to be. So I think there's parts of it that I think I could tell her about. But yeah, we loved each other a lot, and it was passionate, and there was chemistry, and we had so much fun. And I think that will be about all I would tell her.
You do.
Yeah.
I watched my mother work 2 jobs, and to put food on the table and pay the rent for our little apartment, and so I grew up going, that's what you have to do. You got to work however many jobs and grind hard to make it happen. I was a single mother, so I didn't have time to sit down. I remember one day, and Marcel was 4 years old. I was so tired, I wanted to cry. I wouldn't wish being a single parent on my worst enemy. Literally, because, think about when you're exhausted and it's like the baby's crying, oh, can you go get him, honey? There was no honey. I was honey.
Yeah.
It's understandable. There's also single fathers out there. But when we look at the dynamics between the two, when it comes to single fathers, it all depends on the child that they're raising. Because when it comes to the single fathers and they're raising sons, it's easier for them because they can teach them how to be a man versus having a daughter, raising her up to be a woman. On the other hand, you have mothers. It's easier for them to raise their daughters up to be a woman versus having a boy, a son, and raising him up to be a man. That's where the father comes into play. Okay? So you have these different roles here. Okay? These different parent roles here. And either way it goes, we have to really dive in deep and have this type of discussion, because the main question would be, maybe for most, why is the father not in a home? It's one thing when you hear the mother's perspective of why. I guarantee you, when the father give his perspectives, it's going to be a totally different reason, a totally different perspective of why. And we got to get down to the root of it. We just can't sit up there and blame shift and say it's men's fault for not being in their child's life. No, you're going to have to take some responsibility and play. And what part did you play in it? Did you run that man off? Did you create an unsafe place for that man to be there? Did you get pregnant by somebody else and have your man thinking it was his? We rule out nothing, but we put all possibilities on the table as we have a discussion, a conversation, adult conversation, that is.
So if I worked 12 hours and I come home, honey. I was still honey. If the baby's sick, everything fell on me, and I just remember one day I was on the sofa and I just wanted to give up, but that's not in me either. I think those thoughts, but then my ancestors go, girl, you better get up.
I spent 2 straight years just devastated and living in, the most masculine I possibly could be living in. And when I say that, I mean, I was doing everything by myself reluctantly. I didn't want to be a single parent. I didn't want to do this by myself.
I also want to take a look at the stats and how much Black women represent single moms. And it goes all the way up to 47% of them that make up being a single mom. and 75% say they're overwhelmed with being a single parent. And when we look up the financial issues, 58 feel like they don't meet the standard, and 85 are always worried about it. So what does that mean? Is that physically they're strained, and mentally they always have to work like a man, which is why they're so masculine. Naturally, it will begin to impact them in the dating world, which is what we're also going to take a look at next. What is it like dating as a single mom? And what are your standards? And how do men respond to the degeneracy?
When you sit back and you listen to their response, ask yourself, men, is it really, really worth the juice to squeeze? Number one. Two, how does it benefit you dating a single mother? Because here's the thing. Either A, it benefits you, or B, it doesn't benefit you. It's one or the other. But these are some important questions to really ask yourself, because in this dating age, in this dating era, you're going to have more women out there that have children versus those that don't have children.
That these single moms have indulged in. Reason being I say this is because being a single mom didn't happen by accident. Every choice that you make is what leads you to where you are today.
Everything's all cool.
And I'm glad she touched on that, because you chose to open up your legs, spread your cheeks, and let that man smash. Right or wrong. You let him do it. You chose to do it. It's almost like you let Pookie and Ray Ray beat up the cheeks. But again, the good man over here, he's in a friend zone. The good man over here, he gets limited cheeks. Pookie and Ray Ray get unlimited cheeks. But look at the situation. Look at the outcome. You got pregnant by Pookie and Ray Ray and Larry and them. You don't like the end result. You mad, you bitter, you angry. But yet the good man over here, he really did like you. He really did care for you. He leaned in with good intentions. That if you was to get pregnant by the good man's going to be there. He wants that family. He wanted that with you. But for some strange reason, you didn't want that with him. Because what was familiar to you was Pookie and Ray Ray. Because growing up, this is what you grew up around. This is what you saw. Either A, daddy wasn't in a home. B, a lot of childhood traumas. So it was something. But yet you didn't deal with these things. And your past just happens to show up in your social life and your love life. Let's get it.
Everything's all nice. Mwah. He's responding on time. He's being thoughtful with his messages. And then one day, boom, it stops. Following day, you're now texting him like,
Hey, now this is a change in your energy. Why are you not texting me back?
Not doing that anymore. If you're over 30 and you have kids, we're not doing that anymore. Soon as a man shows inconsistency, we tell our brain that is boring. Okay? We tell our brain that is boring behavior. We're not going to sit there and try and decipher with our girls or chat GPT and say, why did he do this? What does it mean when we don't care? At this stage, we don't care.
Is it we don't care, or you don't care. How many times do I have to say it? You don't have to speak up, be the spokesperson for all women. Speak for yourself. But I understand where you're going with it, because guess what? Men are thinking and doing the same damn thing. But when they do it, you get mad. Men are doing the same. Everything that you're saying is a two-edged sword. A man can say the same thing.
If that man is not being clear and intentional with what he wants to do with you or where he wants to take this, we don't care. Don't fall into the trap of thinking, oh my gosh, he's so mysterious. Oh my gosh, like maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Maybe I should talk to my girlfriends about it. No, we're not giving it anywhere.
Or maybe when you deal with the man, learn to communicate with a man. A large number of men are very well at communicating. You need to communicate what you need. I can give two shits about what you want, what you need. What is it that you need from a man in a relationship? And allow that man to tell you what he needs from a woman in a relationship. Oh yeah, see, that's some real conversation for your Bluetooth.
Energy. We're using that energy and we're going to pour it inwardly. We're not going to waste any more time, ladies and myself, Googling behaviors of men. And if they wanted to, yeah, but we are making better decisions in 2025 and beyond. You are worthy and deserving of love.
Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? That damn show is not men's fault. That's your fucking fault for making bad decisions in 2025. Take responsibility, number one. Number two, you got to know how to use wisdom. A large number of you women are not using wisdom, and you wonder why. You keep walking around, you keep hitting the same wall, expecting the wall to break. And the wall keeps winning each and every time. It's common sense. It's like it's textbook. Change your way of thinking. Change the way you move.
And I'm going to keep on telling you that until you believe it. Okay?
You will, and trust me, I have heard it all. I once had a girl in college tell me that we were not the same because I was pregnant and set to be a baby mom, and she was engaged and set to be a wife, and she had the ring to prove it, and there was a reason for that. And I think about that girl often. According to Facebook, I think she's like 3 kids deep now. I just want her to know, if she's watching this, while your kids are in your house tearing it up and getting on your nerves, you're going to be doing laundry every 5 minutes and the dishes the other 10, and that man is sitting on your Ashley furniture couch putting a dent in it and sucking up all your O2, my kiddo's going to...
Are you sure that's what he's doing? Or that's just what you think? See, again, be clear and make sure you know what you're saying when you say what you say in giving your opinion.
Going to be in Florida living her best life all summer, and I'm going to be here in my house on an acre that's clean and quiet for 4 whole months. And with all my extra disposable income, because I only have 1 kid, I'm going to be jet setting on a flight every other weekend, living my best life. And yeah, I'm not married yet, but I do have somebody that comes over and sluts me out whenever I want him to.
There you go. There you go. So your girlfriend has a husband. At least she has a husband. Think about it. She has a family. She has a household. She has someone to come home to. She has someone to go to bed with. She has someone to wake up with. She has a team player. What do you have? Nothing. But Pookie and Ray Ray to come over and blow your back out every now and then. But see, you can't be stupid and then use a situation as a cover-up, as an excuse. No, bitch. You made some dumb choices and decisions. You're a single mom. No man is not committed to you. You have no husband. You have Pookie and Ray Ray to come blow your back out. But your homegirl that you went to high school with, yeah, she got 3 kids, but guess what? She has a husband. She has a household. She has a family. You ain't got nan one of those. What's wrong with that picture? But you have some women that are just comfortable with that. Then just say that.
Leaves with a pocket full of snacks. I leave happy, and we don't talk other than that, and I'm very okay with that. Nobody getting on my nerves and leaving socks next to the dirty hamper, even though it's right there. But, you know, I hope your life is as charmed as mine. I hope that ring is real snug.
A lot of single moms feel that they deserve a second chance in love, a second chance in marriage, a second chance in having the family that they want. But the truth is, they are just running circles when it
I'm going to rewind that back.
second chance in love, a second
What the fuck is she doing? The hell is that? What is that? Why is she doing that?
chance in marriage, a second chance in having the family that they want. But the truth is, they are just running circles when it comes to dating and talking to men and being intimate with men, which leads them nowhere. Doesn't matter how cute you think you are, doesn't matter how you get yourself done, you're still gonna find yourself single. That is why 62% of them feel lonely. And this only just proves that majority of single moms actually get nowhere, or it never actually leads to the next.
For those chiming in, please put a number 1 in the chat. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for stopping by. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you're on Twitch, follow me. I'm new to the website, and I'm looking to make some. I'm looking to make some noise. Okay, I'm looking to make some noise on Twitch and just really, really deliver this word and bring this word out there to the men and let the kings know who they are. You know, it's not just the color of your skin, but it's your character. You are a man, damn it. You are a king. Walk in that. Embrace that. Do not let anyone steal your joy nor your peace. Now, back to this here.
Step, the crucial step to being a wife, having a family, all these things has a mental impact on them, which also puts strain on their relationship with their child, which is the most important relationship that they have. And this is where the consequences continues. What happens when they mentally are unable to take care of their child? What happens when financially they're unable to take care of their child?
They have a breakdown. They have a mental and emotional breakdown. You see what I'm saying? The reality of it now is catching up. You wish you had the baby daddy home. There's a lot of damn good fathers out there that were just pushed away by the mother. Okay? You can't sit up here and say that a large number of men are not fathers to their children. Now, granted, you have some that are not fathers to their children. Yes, you do. You have some that are that way. We're not going to act like that don't exist. But there is a large number of men that love their children, that wants to be in their children's life, but baby mama won't let him because she's bitter, she's angry, she's fucked up because she got issues, mental issues up here. She's toxic. She's for the streets. Need I say more? And we can't act like that don't exist either. It does.
What does that look like in the end?
I've been a good person to myself. I've been taking care of myself and my baby, but like, damn.
This mom was asking for help online, and the next thing you know, CPS showed up and took her son.
That's what you don't do. That right there. You don't need to be crashing out online. And you know what? For a parent to crash out online, she deserves to have her child taken from her. You don't see no man crashing out online. You don't see no fathers crashing out online. I don't know what it is about women in social media feel that they got to go there and air out all their personal laundry for validation, for reactions, for views, for likes. What the fuck? Like for real, for real. Keep your personal. Certain things you don't need to be putting out on social media because you don't ever know who's watching. I bodyguard celebrities. I work in a federal prison. If I want to look for somebody, I go straight to social media. Y'all dumbasses so damn stupid enough to post all your bullshit on there. Shit, if we looking for you, shit, you just made our job much easier for us. Let's continue.
Give me hugs. Okay. They're gonna be taking you now. Excuse me, I need to get my stuff from behind you now. No, go ahead. They taking you, baby. Go ahead. I'm gonna see you again, baby. He taking you, baby. He gonna be your daddy.
I caught the crisis.
It is sad to see, a child being taken away from a mother, okay? That is sad. But on the other hand, let this be a lesson learned. Be careful of what you are posting on social media. Some things should not be posted on social media, period. TikTok, Instagram, whatnot have you. Some shit should not be posted. Facebook Live. Seriously. You crashing out. What the fuck you crashing out for? Because you got to do it alone. You got to do it by yourself. Because of your behavior lets me know why the baby daddy ain't around.
Like, they won't even give me a fucking ride, bro. It's like they want me to submit to their fucking system. Submit to their fucking system. I should have just stayed struggling with my baby. I should have asked for help. I shouldn't have asked for...
Your kidnapper. He's a kidnapper. He kidnapped you. Don't forget. Kidnap. Mama. They kidnap mama. They take you, baby. They stealing you. I can't do nothing. They stealing you. Get out of my room.
There's another thing we need to tell you too.
Y'all not taking me into custody.
No, the hotel wants you up.
They gonna get my refund?
You can handle that with them at a later date time.
Okay, get out my face. Come on, let me pack my stuff. Stand outside.
But see, the crash out is real. The crash out is real. How is it that you have a large number of baby mamas that's going through this exact same thing, crashing out and so forth? But when you look at baby daddies and single fathers, they moving in a totally different direction. Because men are more logic. You see, men got that toughness. Granted, you have some women who have that toughness as well, but not like men do. Men don't need to go on social media crashing out. They don't. Men are going to handle things differently and strategically. Let's continue. I think she got some things to say, and then we're gone.
Oh my God. Bro, I got my fucking baby. I wanted to take care of my...
Stop crying with your crocodile tears. You look like you really ain't crying. It just sounds like you doing that for attention. I want to call that out there because a person that's really going through some things and crashing out, you fit that description of the crocodile tears. You not really crying. You just doing things for attention. But yet this very thing that you were doing for attention got your child snatched up by CPS. Because in their eyes, you're unfit. You're an unfit parent to care for your child because of your behavior. Okay, maybe it's just me.
Hey, baby, I want to be able.
Baby, y'all not getting shit. Go ahead on. Y'all not getting nothing but the kid. Go ahead on.
Yeah, so you have a court hearing within 10 days.
No, don't even do it. I don't got time to relive this. Take it up with your workers that you working for, baby. Go get on them. I know. I'll see you later, baby. Take your nap in here.
I just needed some money. I just needed some money to take care of him. That's it. That's the only thing I didn't have. Fuck, I'm sorry.
It's important to take a look at all the different aspects to really have a good understanding of how things lead to the worst predicament possible. And even when it doesn't, it also gives you a greater understanding of why these single moms are statistical nightmares. When you really put everything together and you start to see the consistency on the fact that mentally they're unstable, the consistency of financially they're incapable of taking care of their children, this is why you have single moms raising the villains of society. This is why 80% of prison inmates were raised by single moms. This is why 70% of teen pregnancies were raised by single moms. This is why children are more likely to have behavioral and mental issues being raised by a single mom. I find that not a lot of people really talk about how it affects the children first and foremost. It's always about the single mom. It's always about her and how she needs to feel empowered, how she needs to lead, how she needs to find herself. But no one actually really centers the most important person, and that is the child, and how the child is actually burdened by the single mom's choices and life choices that they made. The child is now burdened by the degeneracy that the single mom has indulged in that sadly brought them to life. No one talks enough about how it's the single mom that traumatizes those children by everything that she chooses to do and everything that she chose to be. It's all.
Not only that, but when you look at it for what it is, it comes down to taking accountability for your actions, for your decision making. And until we have those types of discussions where we get to sit down and we put all the cards on the table and we look at everything for what it is, and responsibility is taken for actions, it's going to be the same cycle. And who pays for it? Who suffers? The children suffer. Because mommy want to be out there thought pocketing it up. Mommy want to be a Rolling Stone. Mommy want to be for the streets. Mommy want to be out there. And then when you look at why mommy behaves the way she behaves, she get all of her traits from her mother, because you look at how her mother moves. Passed down behaviors from generation to generation. You see? And this is where we at. We pray for our children. We pray for we pray for our single mothers and single fathers. Don't think there aren't single fathers out there, because they are. Both parents should be in a household. That's the way it should be. But unfortunately, there's certain individuals in this generation don't think so. And that's why it's the way that it is. That's why they're crashing out. That's why the behaviors is the way that it is. And as a result of that, when those children become adults, you see why. You'll understand why. You'll have a clear understanding why. Because it all goes back to their childhood. It's your boy Big Truck here at the King's Table Conversation and Reviews. Go be the best.